Resumption of schools must be a negotiated process. It should not be a dictated process. And therefore, even the committee that was appointed by Makoha cannot exclude critical groups, human rights activists, civil societies, whose business and whose core mandate is education. It cannot exclude major unions. In fact, ILO recommendations are that if government must engage unions, they should engage the most representative unions. And there is no way you can exclude KNUT and WASU, and you cheat the Republic that you are engaged in a negotiated process. That is a sham process. And therefore, we thank the government, His Excellency the President. We know he means well for this country, and we urge the President to continue respecting the advice of medical experts, as it happens in many governments. If we did that, we'll be able to suppress and flatten the curve and resume normalcy. It would be dangerous to engage in strategic decisions and activities that will lead to the spike of the virus. From the report that you will read, you will realize that the countries that reopen schools after flattening the curves are doing very well, particularly the Scandinavian countries, Denmark, Norway, and the rest, and even in Asia, Korea and the rest. Flatten the curve fast. And once you flatten the curve, then it is possible to resume schools. And the curve is very clear for everybody to see in the Republic. We will know. And we also want to, and countries that reopened schools before the curve was flattened have had to pay the price. We have seen France. We don't want to join the league of countries that have hurriedly engaged in such fatal mistakes. We have seen South Africa are struggling with teachers, and we thank the South African teachers for boycotting resumption of learning before the minister and government demonstrated that there was due compliance with the UNICEF's ILO checklist. We've heard of people talking about Form 4s resuming and Class 8 resuming schools as early as June. That would be dangerous. Form 4s and Class 8 are human beings. And from this report and studies, it has been established, even by doctors, that it is difficult to enforce social distance among learners. Studies in the UK and Europe have indicated so. And even teachers in the UK have advised, and we borrow their words, that we would rather have all our children staying at home, safe and alive, and repeating a year, instead of forcing them to schools so that they die. We must avoid. The world will not come to an end if we suspend certain matters. Kcpe and Kcse is not a ticket to heaven. It can be postponed to a suitable time when the syllabus shall have been covered and when schools shall have resumed, when the curve shall have been flattened. We are submitting this very honestly, with all due humility, collectively as a team, to the National Response Committee on COVID-19 for necessary and appropriate action.